Yeah, that's right. Here we go, ha, yeah. Mighty, 6'2" foot tall. Fighty, me don't stop raw like bikey. Not drive them car, run the game. Champagne, no, let me out on the phone, can't rest. If me knock them, me mark them flesh. Get the chop, still a war like me. Any senorita, we must yeah, the game, so we play like chess. Oh yes, we give it to them, the fitness test. Get your back off that bar. Bounce it, how you like it, raw.
Bingo.
You know, I know my rights. I'm doing arts law.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure to mention that to the magistrate. Steve. Hey, steady on, mate. Whoa. Bunch of overeducated morons, Simon. Local divvy's got wind they were growing dope.
Well, it looks like they were right.
Oh, yeah. We hit the place this morning. We're pulling up the plans, turn up a hand. Your mates have dug a little deeper, found him.
Eddie.
Matt?
He's not a recent inclusion, then?
Pathologist's organising the contractors. She reckons anywhere between 8 and 10 years at this stage. Back of the head's been bashed in.
Is that your probable cause of death?
Doesn't look like it, no. There's multiple heel impressions, fingernails broken off. Crime scene reckon that's because he was still alive and struggling when the grave was filled in.
Buried alive. What a way to go.
Heartache, how and how did you find me? I thought I was hiding really well this time. Heartache, standing here beside me.
Hey, Jennifer.
Morning.
How's he doing? Steady. No change. Right. See you soon, Dunny. One of us will be in a bit later. Bye.
Pathology's still saying 8 to 10 years, Sarge. Not a lot to work with.
What about the house owner?
Mr. Fortunato, he lives overseas, has done for 20 years. A real estate agent handles the place.
Any line on previous tenants?
The agent says he'll chase up tenancies over the period, but it's not looking good.
Why's that?
Apparently it's always been a student rental because it's close to the uni. A transient multiple occupancy, according to the agent.
OK, what are we doing in the meantime?
Trying to ID the corpse. Si's speaking to missing persons now.
Already done, and I think we may have a hit. 9 men with the physical characteristics of the victim went missing in the 98-99 time frame. All have been resolved, except for one, an Angus Carmichael.
What's his story?
He was a lecturer at the uni. He disappeared in June 99. Now, dug out the original paperwork. Feeling was he'd taken off with one of his star pupils, an Elizabeth Cowles. He was 38, she was 19.
And not seen since?
No, off the planet, both of them.
OK, you and Matt get over to the university, see what you can find.
Sarge, any news on Superintendent Waverley?
No, I'm hoping no news is good news.
Miss Waverley, did you not understand what my colleague said? I can't see you.
You're going to have to see me.
Your case will be dealt with
There
soon.
is no case. It's a fabrication.
I'm interested in evidence, that's all.
Good. That's what this is. Evidence.
Evidence? Of what?
That image is a permanent fixture on a computer that was delivered anonymously to my house the day after you people raided my home and my office and accused me of corruption.
And you construe this clown thing as meaning what?
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure, but it does suggest I'm being set up.
Miss Waverley...
It's superintendent.
Your rank will only apply if you're reinstated, and given the evidence we have in our possession, I can't see that happening.
What evidence?
I can't tell you that.
Well, what about this evidence, then?
You could have put that together yourself, couldn't you? And even if you didn't, what does it mean? That's certainly not clear. Now, the details of your case will be communicated to you very shortly, I believe. I can't discuss it with you now.
You seize my possessions, you turn my life upside down, you take away my livelihood, all based on evidence you can't reveal, and you won't discuss it with me?
I have other meetings.
You'll discuss it with me right now, or I'll stay here until you do.
Good day, Miss Waverley. Are you leaving, or shall I call security?
Well, I'd only been registrar for a year in '99, but yes, I do remember. Elizabeth Cowles was a very bright girl on a state scholarship.
Personality?
Sensible, down to earth. So it was a shock when it happened.
A shock that she ran away with Mr. Carmichael.
Yes. Angus Carmichael was her philosophy lecturer. I think he took the principles of motivational hedonism a bit too far.
Was it ever confirmed that they were having an affair?
There were rumours. When they took off together, the rumours seemed to be confirmed.
Seemed to be.
Well, now you point it out, I suppose it was an assumption, but a reasonable one.
Why?
Well, Angus had resigned his position. He was unhappy in the job. And by all accounts, not too happy in his home life either.
But Elizabeth running off, that was a surprise.
Yes, she just didn't seem the type. She was hard-working, focused. To throw everything away on a man twice her age was so out of character.
And Mr. Carmichael, was he single or was he married when all this happened?
He was in a de facto relationship. His partner's name was Freya something, but someone in the faculty will know the surname.
It's Bascom now, I'm married.
You don't seem too upset about Mr. Carmichael's death.
Well, no. I'm sure it's him.
Yeah, we have a dental match, yes.
So when did it happen? Recently?
Looks like he died shortly after he walked out on his job at the university.
And on me.
Yes, sorry.
Oh, don't apologise, I'm over it. Been over it for years. I wished him ill and it worked. Apparently. Oh, how did he die?
You never wondered where he'd gone?
With the aid detective, where they'd gone? No. No, he left without a word. He took nothing except some cash, his precious car, a few clothes, and his passport. So I assumed they'd gone overseas. Angus had some connections in America.
He was listed as a missing person.
Well, not by me. By his awful parents being melodramatic, refusing to believe he could have done anything so stupid. Well, he could, believe me.
His parents?
Yeah, both dead now too. Sorry.
So when he left, there was no warning?
No. No, everyone else knew he was having an affair. Well, so I discovered later. Felt like an idiot.
You must have been angry.
And you think I went after him and killed him? No. No, I didn't. I burnt the clothes he left behind in the incinerator, tore up all his books, binned his stupid trophies, his chess set. I performed an exorcism.
How long have you known your current husband?
7 years. And no, I wasn't already seeing him back then, and you can check.
We will.
I had no reason to kill Angus, detective. As far as I was concerned, he was already dead.
And you were right.
Bit of a nice queen.
Check your appendages for frostbite.
It wouldn't surprise me if she knows more about our cellar dweller than she lets on.
Yeah, certainly no love lost there.
So, let's see how Elizabeth Cowles' parents felt about him.
Oh, Christ. Please don't tell me Elizabeth's dead too.
We have no information to suggest that is the case, Mr. Cowles.
I should be happy he's dead. He seduced my daughter. He took her away. I haven't seen her since. This is Lizzie. I'll never forgive that mongrel for what he did to her.
With respect, sir, she was supposed to have been a willing participant when they ran away.
Oh, that was gossip, speculation. You didn't know Lizzie. She was a wonderful girl. Just a child, and him a grown man riding around in that old sports car.
You listed her as a missing person.
Fat lot of good it did. We went to the police. We wanted to put out appeals. They said it wasn't like she was missing, was it?
George? George!
You really missed something. Madeline's little recital was just... Oh, sorry.
And this is my wife, Beverly. And they're detectives.
Detectives?
Detective Joyner and Ryan.
Maddie, why don't you take your case to the sunroom, love, and you can play for Nan and Pop again later.
Okay.
What's going on?
This is Fiona, Elizabeth's sister.
What's this about? Oh, God. It's about Elizabeth, isn't it?
It's about Angus Carmichael. He's dead.
What?
His remains have been found.
Where? I mean, how? Oh, not Elizabeth, too. Is that why you're here?
No, not at all. We're just trying to find out what we can about their relationship.
It wasn't a relationship. I told you, she was 19, just a child.
We just wanted to advise you of this development.
Can any of you think of anyone who might have wanted to harm Mr. Carmichael?
Apart from me.
Oh, George. Look, we didn't know him. That's the thing. We were down on the farm and she was up here. As far as we were aware, he was just one of her teachers. And then suddenly, she was gone. With him.
So, where is she, detectives? Where's my daughter?
We don't know yet, sir. We're still looking.
G'day, John. Hey, mate. Guys.
Honey, Matt.
G'day, Matt.
Todd, how are we going?
Looks like we'll have to tear the whole damn house apart.
Brought caffeine. Might help.
Cheers, thanks.
All right. Catch you later.
See ya.
Detective? I think we might have something.
I think we've just found Elizabeth Cowles.
So how's Josh bearing up?
He's all right. I haven't told him everything. I haven't shown him the computer. Apart from getting used to the fact that he's not going overseas, that he's back at school, I think he's coping.
And what about you?
Well, I'm just mystified, Stanley. I have no idea where this is coming from.
Maybe you should have a look at your files.
Well, how can I do that? I can't even enter the building.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't I stay back? You can come in late and you can use my computer.
No, I can't ask you to do that.
Just let me know.
Why aren't you at school?
I got in a fight. They sent me home.
What happened?
Why don't you tell me the whole story about us not going overseas? I'm not a baby. The whole school finds out before I do, and I look like a dickhead.
Calm down and tell me what's going on.
You should have told me.
The ring was found with the body.
I gave it to her when she won her scholarship. I drove her into town. She picked it out herself.
I'm sorry.
In our wall. My little girl. How long?
The pathologist estimates that they died around the same time.
How did they die? Do you know?
We're not clear on what happened to your daughter yet.
We know this is very hard for both of you. We need you to think back to the time when your daughter left. Anything that might help us.
Well, we drove up from the farm as soon as we found out she'd gone. But she'd packed all her things and left. We thought they'd just got into his car and driven off into the sunset, you know, happy ever after.
That's what we were supposed to think. That she was dead all along. She was dead.
Well, hit the button. Turned up any more bodies yet?
No, we're checking the rest of the property. They are believed to have run away together. Apparently not.
Seen the papers this morning? Finally come out, Bernice Waverley's been accused of corruption.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought, eh? What do you reckon, Stanley?
It's a mistake.
The OPS don't make mistakes, do they? They don't move until they've got proof.
You know their MO, Terry. They don't need proof, they hypothesise.
I wouldn't be mouthing off about the OPS if I was you, Stan. They've got bigger ears than Yoda.
Sarge.
Simon, how are you going on the tenants for the house?
I've traced a couple, got more in process, and I am actually off to talk to one right now. 2 birds, 1 stone. Now, this isn't a visit, OK? I just popped in. I'm on the job. But one of us will be back this evening, as usual. Now, try this for a change, because that rubbish that Maddie keeps playing, it's enough to put me in a coma. Enjoy. I'll catch you later, Dave.
Detective Joyner. Lance Turner, I got a page.
Sorry, I was just visiting someone.
Relative?
Our colleague.
How they doing?
No change.
Oh, sorry, that can be tough on everybody. Is this about Angus Carmichael?
Yeah. Yeah, how did you hear about that?
Oh, my wife told me last night. She said you found his body.
I'm sorry, how did she know?
My wife is Fiona Cowles, Elizabeth's older sister.
Is she really? So you all live together in a share house?
Yes, Elizabeth moved in with Fiona and me when she came up to go to uni. Bev and George were happy, I think, knowing she was with family.
But the lease was in your name only?
Yes, well, I was the only one with references. Plus, Fee and I were married, which makes landlords happy.
Who else lived in the house over that period?
Oh, wow, let's think. Well, we were there for 2 years. Quite a few people moved through.
According to our information, you were there for 3 years.
No, 2 years. Fee and I moved out in the middle of '99. We'd had our daughter, so we got a place of our own.
You just left your name on the lease?
Yeah, well, some other students had moved in by then. I didn't take my name off the lease till about a year later. I started getting letters about non-payment of rent. Some girls were living there by then, art students.
Have you seen the rubbish they're writing about Superintendent Waverley?
It's got to be a mistake. But Jarvis didn't seem too surprised.
Why? What was he saying?
Nothing. That's the point. He wasn't jumping to her defence.
Oh, that'd be right. Waiting to see if the mud sticks. Look, we all know a crooked cop when we see one. Waverley's as straight as they come.
I know that. You know that. The Sarge knows that, but not everyone thinks like we do.
The Office of Police Stupidity, for one.
Could you say that a little bit louder?
All right, all right.
Si, any luck at the hospital?
Yeah, bit of a lead. Lance Turner and Fiona Cowles are married. He already knew about Angus Carmichael.
Right. Fiona's there when we told her parents about him.
You didn't mention where we found the body.
No need to. It wasn't relevant.
Well, as it turns out, Fiona and Lance shared that house with Elizabeth and various other students over the years.
Any names?
No, he said he couldn't remember, so I've spoken to a real estate agent. He's working on a list.
If Lance Turner and Fiona were living there with Elizabeth, did they ever see Angus Carmichael?
No, he says not. He said they had no idea they were even in a relationship. But they thought she was on with a guy called Luke. Apparently they were very close.
Luke?
Yeah, a Luke Fernie, another student. He spent a lot of time with Elizabeth. The guy's a perennial academic. He's lecturing in philosophy at the uni now.
We're interested in your relationship with Elizabeth Cowles.
Wow, relationship. Wasn't a relationship. We used to study together a lot. She was incredibly bright, inspiring, really.
It's an odd word to use.
Is it? I suppose it is. But that's how I remember her. She made study exciting. She had a great mind.
She looked good too, though, didn't she?
Yes, but we were just friends.
By mutual consent?
Oh, hey. I was 19. She was gorgeous. I wouldn't have minded, but it never happened. It was platonic.
How did you feel when Elizabeth took off with Angus Carmichael?
Disappointed. She threw everything away. So did he. It was a shame. It's always disappointing when brilliant people behave stupidly.
Here I was thinking Stanley was burning the candle. What are you doing, Bernice? How'd you get in?
Old one. Still works. Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
I need to access my own files. That's all.
You're not thinking, Bernice. You know how this works. If the OPS find out you've done this, it'll only make things worse for you.
Worse? How can things get any worse? My son was assaulted at school today because they've leaked it to the press. Now, what am I supposed to do? Just let them roll right over the top of me?
Give me the card. Bernice, you were never here.
Superintendent.
Don't mind me.
Yeah, just a briefing.
Invisible man. Both buried in the same cellar. Suggests the same killer.
Possibly.
Same MO.
The male suffered a blow to the back of the head, then he was buried alive. We still don't have a cause of death for the girl, no clear indicators.
Still, same house, same kind of disposal. Most likely the same killer. Well, just ignore me.
Any news on Angus Carmichael's car?
We're following up on the VIN number, Sarge. It's currently owned by a woman in New South Wales. She bought it from a dealer up there. We're trying to backtrack it.
Stay on it. Could be our best lead.
I've just been on the phone to pathology. Apparently, there was meconium and amniotic fluid mixed in with some of the blood on the sheet she was wrapped in. It was also on the nylon fibres of her nightie.
Which means what?
Well, just before she died, Elizabeth Cowles gave birth to a baby.
So where is the baby?
More evacuations at the House of Horrors as police search for the grisly remains of possible other victims. This is Sienna O'Donnell, 8 News.
My daughter was not pregnant. She would have told me.
Mr. Cowles, I have daughters. I love them and I know they love me. But there are some things I know they would not talk to me about.
We didn't have secrets.
Your daughter was hiding other things from you. She was in a relationship with an older man.
I think you ought to leave now.
Oh, George.
He's wrong.
Mr. Cowles, we have to ask these questions. I'm sorry.
Detective over here.
A baby?
You didn't know?
No.
Well, you spend a lot of time with him.
We were just friends.
Were you, Mr. Fernie? Sir.
Okay. So we slept together a couple of times, so what?
So you lied to us. She dumped you for somebody else. We call that a motive.
And I call that facile thinking.
We can confirm that the two bodies recovered are those of an Angus Dermot Carmichael and an Elizabeth Cowles. Now, both victims disappeared 10 years ago, in June of 1999.
You knew she was pregnant, didn't you?
No.
Don't lie to me again, Mr. Fernie.
All right. I knew. I was seeing her. She was involved with another man. Now they're both dead. Wouldn't you lie?
So what happened?
I thought the baby was mine. I wanted to marry Elizabeth. She said no. She didn't want to be with me.
Anything you may know about the victims, their background or their history, anything that might help us, then please call.
Was she thinking about a termination?
No, I didn't get that impression.
So what was she going to do?
Adopt out, she said.
To who? She made plans, seen an agency?
I don't know. She told me not to tell anyone. And suddenly she was gone. All the rumours were flying, and then I realised it was Angus Carmichael she'd been seeing all along. So, that's all. That's it. Can I go now?
No. Let's try a different scenario. You found out she was having a baby. You found out it wasn't yours. You confronted her, it turned ugly, and then you killed her, and then you killed him too.
That didn't happen. By the time I put it together, they'd already left.
Had they?
I didn't harm either one of them. I wouldn't.
What about you? Did you notice any changes?
Nothing. And we were close, you know. Plus, I was pregnant at the same time, and, well, you pick up on things when you're pregnant.
You were pregnant at the same time as Elizabeth.
Yeah, that year, yeah. We'd been trying for ages. And if Elizabeth had been pregnant, I'm sure I would have realised.
Elizabeth was not having a baby.
Oh, George.
I don't care what he says. She would have told me. They made a mistake.
Maybe George is right.
There's been no mistake. Your daughter gave birth to a child shortly before she died.
So you're saying we could have another grandchild out there somewhere?
We hope that's the case, yeah.
Oh, my God.
What are you doing? You should be dressed. You're late.
I'm not going to school.
Oh, yes, you are.
Mum, there is no
I
way
don't
I'm-
need this, Josh. I need your support. Now, do you want to know everything that's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. I've been summoned. I have to go to the OPS tomorrow, and they're probably going to charge me. So if it's not too much trouble, get bloody dressed and get to school.
It's not fair. You mess up and I'm the one who has to suffer.
Still no news from the house?
No sign of a buried baby.
And they won't find one either. It turns out Big Sister just happened to be pregnant that year as well.
10 years ago.
Elizabeth's sister Fiona and her husband Lance have been trying to have a baby for a long time. Then miraculously, Fiona gave birth.
About the same time Elizabeth would have given birth.
We've checked with the registry office. June '99, Madison Jade Turner was born to Fiona and Lance. Delivered at home.
It isn't a story, OK? She's our daughter.
When's her birthday?
June 28th.
A week after your sister disappeared.
Yes, it was a very difficult time.
And where was she born?
At the house.
Midwife.
Well, we didn't need one. I'm a doctor.
But you were just an intern back then without any experience in obstetrics.
Home birth's a bit risky for your first child, isn't it?
Not really. It went fine.
Do you have any pictures?
Of the birth? No.
What about during the pregnancy?
What are you suggesting?
Suggesting that Elizabeth concealed her pregnancy while your wife pretended to be pregnant.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Is it really?
Yes.
Because you two were desperate to have children. Elizabeth didn't want a child.
So you kill her, wait a couple of days, and turn up at your parents' farm with the baby. Oh, and minus your padding, whatever you used.
No, Madison is mine.
We don't believe you. Madison is not your child, is she? Mrs. Turner?
No.
All right, look. She isn't, OK? But we did not kill Elizabeth. It wasn't like that. Elizabeth, she did not want to be pregnant, OK?
She just wanted to be free to run off with Angus Carmichael. They were besotted with each other.
Why not just have a termination?
That was her plan A. She wanted me to go with her, to hold her hand. It was like torture. You know, when we wanted a baby so badly. So we talked to her, told her how much we loved the baby.
She didn't want to go full term.
So what convinced her?
Money. We were saving for a house. Money was going to be useful to her running away.
We helped her. She got her travel money, and we got our daughter.
Did Mr. Carmichael know that you'd taken the child?
Yes, of course he did.
And he was happy about that?
Well, yes. He was interested in Elizabeth. He wasn't interested in being a father.
Really? Was the child even his?
What, you think I slept with my sister-in-law?
A DNA test would eliminate that possibility, wouldn't it?
It didn't happen. I'm not going to take any test. Angus Carmichael was the father.
If he wasn't, that would give you the perfect motive for killing Elizabeth.
But we don't know anything about that.
Then why refuse the test?
All right, look, I will take a paternity test. Look, I didn't kill Elizabeth.
So what happened to her?
I don't know!
He must have come up to the house and taken her when we went to the farm.
Mrs. Turner, we found her body still in the 90s she gave birth in. How do you explain that?
I can't. I don't know anymore. I can't explain it. As far as we knew, they just ran off together.
But they didn't, did they? Somehow they both ended up dead.
She's admitted to taking her sister's child, but that's all.
Same with lads.
Elizabeth gives them her baby and conveniently disappears.
But until we can prove otherwise, we let them go. Somebody out there knows what happened. We need to find them.
The science proves that your ex-partner, Angus Carmichael, was the father of the child.
You want me to get upset about it now, 10 years on?
We've had some more information from the university. Now, apparently in the week before he went missing, your ex-partner presented with facial bruising.
Oh, yeah. Claimed he fell down some stairs at work.
But you don't think that was it?
Well, it was clear that someone, not me, had given him a decent beating.
You know who?
No. No, I never got the opportunity to get the real truth out of him. He took off 2 days later.
It wasn't me who hit him.
I wouldn't dirty my hands.
Well, somebody gave the man a beating.
Not me. You can't keep dragging me in here like this. I've done nothing. Look, it wasn't me. I don't believe in violence.
You look like you could handle yourself.
Angus Carmichael wasn't a big bloke. I didn't hit him. I told you. It wasn't until after they'd left that I worked it all out.
He turned up at his home with bruises on his face. He claimed he'd fallen down some stairs.
So maybe he did.
Mr. Cowles, you're an honest man, I can tell. So if you swear to me you didn't hit Angus Carmichael, I'm prepared to believe you. Mr. Cowles.
Okay. I hit him.
When was this?
Well, he comes up to the farm. He was looking for Lizzie. Lance and Fiona must have been home with the bub for a day. He comes up, he starts harassing my wife.
And what happened?
I lost my temper. I must have hit the bastard 2, 3 times.
Then what?
Well, I sent him on his way. Lucky for him, Beverly made me back off. He'd have been in real strife, I can tell you that.
Did you follow Angus Carmichael later and kill him?
Don't be stupid. I'd made my point. As far as I was concerned, it was done with.
OK, so Elizabeth Cowles is pregnant. The last 2 weeks of her term, she drops out of sight.
Sister and brother-in-law deliver the baby. Everyone goes their separate ways.
Only they don't. Elizabeth and Angus wind up dead.
We've got a clear timeline, at least. 3 days after the baby's born, Angus Carmichael turns up at the Cowles farm and gets his head punched in by George Cowles.
2 days before he disappeared.
Fiona and Lance must be lying. Elizabeth would have been dead in the cellar wall by then. Unless they expect us to believe that she sat around in that bloodied nightdress for 3 days.
OK, so how do we prove it?
What about Angus Carmichael's sports car? Was there anything there?
Now that is a work in progress, Sarge. The New South Wales dealer bought X plates from a Victorian dealer way out in Whoop Whoop. Now, apparently it was delivered to him on the back of a flatbed truck by a towie.
And?
We're currently trying to trace the towie.
Miss Waverley?
The
purpose of this meeting is to officially inform you of the charges that are being laid against you.
Charges now, that's a development.
An exhaustive investigation into your computer activity, banking arrangements and professional conduct has been undertaken. Bernice Waverley, I must now inform you that you are being charged with corruption, the acceptance of bribes, and the use of your position as Superintendent of Victoria State Police for personal financial gain.
Oh, that's absurd. I want details. I want to know who's making these allegations.
Oh, these are no longer just allegations as far as the OPS is concerned. These are established facts supported by evidence.
And next, a hearing?
Either you plead guilty and the matter is referred directly to the DPP, or you choose to oppose our findings and take this to an internal inquiry which will in itself, given our submissions, refer the matter to the DPP. Your decision.
You know my answer to that.
I don't need to know it at this point. Now, I hope it isn't necessary to remind you that you are currently suspended without pay and should not enter police premises or associate with serving police members. That is all, Miss Waverley. Thank you for your attendance here today.
Am I allowed to make a statement?
You'll have the opportunity to do that at the appropriate time.
This is the appropriate time, and I would like to have it put on the record that when I am found innocent, be aware that I will have you for defamation, for mental anguish, and for malicious prosecution. Or I'll put it another way, I'm going to sue your asses off.
This is a lease agreement for the 6-month hire of a lock-up garage.
We traced Angus Carmichael's car to that garage. A tow truck driver remembers picking it up from there.
Is that your signature on the lease agreement?
It's just a scribble. Could be anybody's.
We think you garaged Carmichael's car for 6 months and then you sold it on.
No. Come on. It was a woman who rented that garage. You've already admitted to taking your sister's child.
Yes, but that's all. We didn't kill anybody.
No? We think it's entirely possible that you killed Elizabeth to take her child and then Mr. Carmichael found out you had to kill him too.
No.
You both knew if you dumped the car, it could be found. So you waited till you thought it was safe, and then you sold the car.
No plates, unregistered, no identifiable features, like it had never existed.
No.
Like Angus Carmichael never existed.
No.
You knew he was dead. You knew he hadn't run off with Elizabeth because you knew she was dead too. What do you say about that?
It's not true.
What really happened to Elizabeth?
She died. Yes. But it wasn't murder. It just went wrong and she died.
Lance tried to deliver the baby, but it was breech. He didn't have any instruments.
I had to reach in and turn the baby manually. There was a lot of blood.
She was screaming. Screaming.
I managed to save the baby, but Elizabeth was bleeding so much there was nothing I could do, and she died. She died.
Was Angus Carmichael there?
No.
Was he there, wanted to report it?
No.
Did you panic and kill him too?
No.
You killed them both to keep their child, didn't you?
No.
You took Elizabeth's life.
I saved her baby!
If she'd been in a hospital, she wouldn't have died, would she?
You think we don't know that? You think we don't look at Madison every day and see Elizabeth in her and regret what happened? You think we don't care?
Okay. So who killed Angus Carmichael then? Who?
I don't believe any of this. You're saying Madison's Lizzie's, and Lizzie died giving birth to her?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Then Angus Carmichael was murdered.
Will Fiona and Lance be charged?
Not with murder, no. Not them.
What? You knew? You knew about all this?
For God's sake, George. The girls could never hide anything from me. Of course I knew.
10 years of misery, 10 years of heartache, and you knew all along.
I did more than know. It was my idea for Fiona to get that child. She was a born mother. Elizabeth didn't even want a baby.
How could you do this?
She would never have made it to the hospital.
You killed her.
She bled to death before the child was out. Your little girl, you loved her more than all the family put together. But she was dead. So what could I do? George. Charge me, not Fiona and Lance.
So you were at the delivery?
I've delivered babies before. Babies, calves, lambs. Lance was just a student. He was all fingers and thumbs. When something needed to be done, I did it. Not him. I saved the baby.
And killed your daughter?
There was nothing to be done for her.
What about Angus Carmichael?
He was never going to stop looking for Elizabeth. So I convinced him she was back at the house. And when he got there, I was waiting in the cellar. I hit him over the head with the spade. And I buried him.
Did you know he was still alive?
No. Oh, God.